is up, everybody? So it is Tuesday night, right? Wow. Tuesday nights are real busy, man. Especially if you're into watching live streams, right? Because there's like so many different, um, there's so many different live stream shows, right? Because again, there's so many people now that are like literally streaming and they go live on Tuesday nights, right? So that's one of the cool things about what you can do with a StreamYard. So let me see real quick. And because there's still people who might be out there streaming live, let me see. Which is cool. I like this. Let's see. Yeah, she's probably already done though. I probably missed it. You know. Yeah. Oh, Thursday this week. Cool. So I didn't miss it. So I was going to talk about Cher Jones, but she is actually going to be doing Thursday night, which is pretty cool. Awesome. That was cool. But again, the whole thing about doing the whole um, live stream thing was to get the fact that, here you go, what is up? So Brian is actually going to he's getting ready tomorrow. He's got his What's Good Wednesday. He puts a lot into that. Looking at the good appreciate you, Brian. You're awesome. Sarah, thank you so much as well, guys. Again, Tuesday nights, the neighborhood's a little bit more crowded now. There's a little bit more people out on the streets, and that's cool. There's nothing wrong with that. So the people that go live on Tuesday nights, which I kind of enjoy. And what's been really cool this week is the fact that the whole homeschooling thing, they've actually done a thing where, like, my kiddos, right, they're actually going to get like a week break. So that's kind of cool. I mean, because it's been pretty hectic around here. And I know a lot of people who are dealing with this right now, right? It's driving a lot of them, like, to not a point. Madness is the wrong word, but some of them are getting frustrated, right? They get because again, that's not what most people's routines. That's not what they do. Like even last year, remote learning was different. They didn't know they didn't have everything together. There was so much. There was not direction as far as how courses were going to get completed, classes were going to get done, that sort of thing. So, but this year, it's been the same year. Why am I saying that? This part of schooling, right, has been a little bit more intense, a little bit more connection. Hello, welcome to the show. Where are you watching from? I appreciate it. So thank you so much for watching along. So what I usually do here is every now and then I have these solo chats that I kind of do with the audience who's watching along, and then I do interviews as well. So tomorrow will actually be pretty cool, and I'll have an interview with Michael Ray. So if you guys don't know who Michael Ray is, it's that gentleman right there. There he is. Sweet guy, pretty awesome. Had a kind of conversation with the prior. So yes, so Sarah's just saying, it's stressful. I can't imagine. I don't envy parent. Yeah, it is a difficult situation because again, sometimes in a normal course of a school year, the parents take the kids and they go to school. And then for some of the parents, it is a way to sort of release, right? Um, what I mean by that is if like your kids are in school, your spouse or goes to work and you're at home, you can actually go do things, right? You can go to the store, take your time shopping. You could take yoga, you could go do exercise, you could do whatever you wanted to. It was a little bit easier. Excuse me. It was a little bit easier to get those sort of things um, accomplished. Whereas now it's very difficult. And for some people, it's still a point of adjusting, right? That's, that's the hard thing is trying to find a good medium to adjust to. Because I know it's putting a lot of stress on a lot of relationships right now. I know it is. Um, like I went through this. Sometimes I still go through this because it's tough, right? I mean, as a parent, it's cool to have your kids around, but sometimes you don't want them all the time. If that makes any sense, right? Um, so it can be tough, yes. Um, I know I had a conversation with a lovely individual yesterday, and again, what she has to do to find time to be an entrepreneur, to be so many different things, all the hats that she wears. It's, it's all inspiring to watch. It's tough to find. There. It's tough to find those moments of just being at ease, at peace by yourself. Sometimes we say, you know what, go find a little space, go be by yourself, go take these time. Well, sometimes it's hard to do when you're in your house with, 4 or 5 people in it, you know, to go find a spot to release and take your mind off of things. And it's not like you can just go out and do stuff, where before it might have been like, hey, I'm going to just, I don't know, I'm going to go to the store to get my mind off of stuff. I'm going to go to the track, or I'm going to go to my favorite bar, or whatever it was, right? It's not as easy to do anymore. It's not. Um, yeah. hmm You do. That's true. Absolutely true, sir. So, Vancouver Island, awesome. Yeah, true that. Love that statement. Um, but again, it's difficult, right? Um, just trying not to. I mean, just trying to exist is kind of difficult right now, right? And what I mean by that is it's um, to go somewhere just to do something that you would have taken for granted that was pretty normal is now you don't know because you have this overbearing thing weighing down on you. Like, you know, if I, what if I get this, or not even disease, it is, what if I get this infection or this sickness that's been going around, right? You touch the cart, you get something, you take it home, you get sick, you get your kid sick, or you get somebody else sick, and laying over your head, it makes you think a little bit more. Whereas before, it wasn't even a thought. It wasn't part of the thought process. It was, I'm going this place. I can go inside, sit down, have a meal, have a drink, have whatever it is, and everything would be okay. And it's been difficult to get past that because it's still everywhere, right? It's everywhere. It's on your news. I watched the NBC Nightly News, the very first teasers that they introduced, the first 30 seconds of it. None of it was good news. I was like, oh my God, wow. It's no wonder people are going, that people are at their limit on certain things. Seeing that over and over and over and over again, I can't imagine. It drives people nuts. So it is kind of like what, you know, Sukdev was saying right there, right? These are the times when leaders will stand out. Um, it's time to create, build, impact. Yeah, right. So that's the other side of the coin, right? Is to look at it that way, is to do these other things. Um, but again, you still have to get past the first part of your situation, seeing it what it is. That's why I said, today wasn't as good as yesterday. Not gonna lie, but I got a few things done. Um, exactly right. It's too stressful. That's why I can't watch it. Exactly right. I mean, as you sit down and watch one 30-minute program, it can literally bend, change, and warp your mood and your thought process. It really can. So that's why it's like I don't want to watch it either. I'm like you, sir. I try to avoid it, and I only take in certain parts, certain things. If it's an interesting story that piques my interest, I'll watch it. But I don't. I would rather watch something like I started watching this whole series on YouTube Originals about um, artificial intelligence, AI, because it interests me. That's another whole other perspective of going forward, right? The advances in technology, the things that can be done with computers, computer learning, all these other things. That's what kind of was piquing my mind is going, wow, that's somebody's doing that. Somebody's putting two and two together. They're building, this um, alternate way to create, to connect, to do all these other things, right? So it's tough, man. It is tough. So when you think about it in the terms of if I either let it overwhelm me or I can do something with all this, I think there's a fine ground in the middle. There's a middle ground somewhere where you can find a balance, but it's tough. One too much one way, another is another way. Mhm. Because it was cool. I was watching what they were doing. So this guy he started out as a animator, graphics animator, and that sort of thing for movies, right? He was doing bigger one that he did was Avatar, right? So if you've ever seen the movie and what it was about, you've seen his work. So he's taking it to another level where he's creating avatars that not only are very realistic, but he's teaching them how to react and learn emotion on a computer, right? He's building avatars to kind of build and learn. He's kind of constructed a sort of different. Well, he's kind of a more broke down version of what our brains are like. So, Brian Shulman, are you talking to me again? Yes, he is. KDJ, we need yes. So KDJ's in the house. Always a pleasure to have that man show up on your live stream. That guy's a celebrity. So if you get that guy show up on your stream, it means you're doing something pretty good. But again, like I was saying, just I try to pay attention to the things that will at least spark my mind a little bit. ideas, that sort of thing, because again, it can be tough being stuck at home. Um, being a mother, a teacher, a wife, a husband, or a provider, whatever it is that you have to do from home, it can be tough because again, we're used to being um, out and connection and the whole kinetic part of being in an office or whatever it is. Those things are very tough right now. Um, even now, cases are on the rise again, um, and that's cool. Thank you, Kenneth. Yes, she is. She's always in the house. But again, it's a different aspect of thinking about how we the simple things that we took for granted before. Now um, it's tough to kind of fall back into those patterns because again, you still have the whole COVID-19 thing, right? And it's for me, I try to be on the other end of the spectrum and look at the bright side of things and see the silver linings. But I'm also learning, it's okay. Um, it's okay to not be in those sort of states of mind right all the time. It's okay to feel like crap. It's okay uh, to be angry, to frustrated, to say these emotions, right, that are really at the surface. So, man, I get it. I've heard so many. I've had talked to other people, and it's like, yeah, me and a husband or me and a wife, we get into more arguments these days, or we say things because again, tension is high. You know, I don't care how good of a relationship you have, right? There's something that being with somebody that amount of time, all the time, where you just, again, it's moods, right? And we are exactly right. We are working in self mastery all the time. That's it. It's exactly what it is. So when you're working on those sort of things, you're going to make mistakes still. It's okay to be human. I like that. I've heard everybody say it's okay to not be okay. Yeah, I want to hear that over again. It's okay to be human. I like that better because it is. You're going to be mistakes. You're going to say things that might anger somebody. You're going to say things that might touch a nerve. Things are going to happen. That's what we do. You know, we don't have every thought process made out in our mind. We can't always be in that moment of self awareness. Even they'll tell you to be 1,000 times, but in the moment, that moment, it is so hard to catch yourself, right? And there's times you will be, but there's other times it's not going to happen that way. It's just not. I'm sorry, I don't know anybody who has it. I don't care if you're Gary Vee. I don't care if you're. He's probably said things to people as well, and you'll probably think of him as the most self-aware, self-conscious person you can think of, right? And he's crossed that line. He has. Um, and that's the whole thing is when you're in that dynamic and you're in that moment of what's going on right there, it's not going to be the easiest thing to do. It's what comes afterwards that really changes things, right? So if you say something to somebody at that point, it takes a lot to go back and apologize, to say, you know what, I wasn't. It's okay. It's okay. It's okay to be apologetic. You know, don't be apologetic for being you. But if you say something that hurts somebody else and you know it, and you feel sorrow or regret, apologize. It's okay. Apologize. It's all right. Um, people. Again, it's natural. It's natural and it's healthy to say these things that come to your mind, to say, um, to have these emotions, right? I think it's perfectly fine. I think that's just us being us. What, just like Sarah said, it's us being human, right? So try not to sit and dwell on it and let it fester inside of you. Even if you journal it, right? It's still there. You still get it out. Do something with it, but where get it to that point where you just know I can express myself. I can be who I'm supposed to be, not have to worry about it. Yeah, exactly. It means you. Yeah, exactly. It means you value it, right? And again, it is. Again, like I said, it's tough, right? Um, because again, you still have to live, love, and exist with this other person or this dynamic or whoever or ever however your dynamic is, right? You still have to operate within it, and it's not going to be hunky dory all the time. I'm sorry, I don't know anybody who has. I don't know anybody who has. Yeah, we meet exactly. No, you're right. We have to be genuine. And you're gonna have a lot of people say, you can't say that. You can't say those things. Yes, you can, right? I mean, people say hurtful things all the time, right? People say things incorrectly all the time. You know, even the most godly people I know, they have arguments. It's not always the right thing. We're humans. We have our own thought processes, our own emotions. We can't be that perfect person all the time. We break down. We have moments of anger, of sorrow, of grief, and we have to say what comes to our mind, right? But with that in mind, yeah, you're never right. Never apologize for being who you are. That's what I've said. Don't apologize for being who you are. If you say something hurtful, yes, apologize. I do totally understand it because, like Sarah said, it brings value. It means you value that person, right? And again, we say our emotions. We say these things, and again, we're not always. I don't know anybody who's been. I don't know anybody who's been 100 correct on everything they say, right? Usually, those kind of people are the ones that are pretty narcissistic, right? They're the ones who um, are on that other level, and they don't see it for what it is, so they don't put a value on it, so they just bypass it altogether. You know, um, and I think about these things a lot because I've been with the same person for 23 years. It's not always perfect. Um, it's never is, and again, even with relationships that I've built on some of these platforms, yeah, I've let people down in certain points, and I've apologized. Um, why? Because I care about them. And it's sometimes difficult to show how you care or doing those sort of things without having to say, I'm sorry, I made a mistake. I'm human. Um, maybe it's taking on too much on a project. Maybe it's maybe it's a lot of these things. But again, um, but it's all part of the other part of the spectrum, right? Of the whole being in the moment and being happy as well. Again, that's what I've talked about. I mean, I've talked about happiness, and it's cool to be happy. It's good to be in the pursuit of it, but it's also okay to be in this sort of weird place where you just don't feel like yourself. Everything can annoy you. Everything makes you, might makes you nervous. Everything make whatever it is to be in those. Just as it is okay to be in those moments of happiness, it's okay to be on the other side. The thing is to not live there. Um, and the thing is to think about it a lot. And again, learning how to be self-aware, learning how to be more conscious of a lot of these situations and a lot of these things in your life doesn't mean you're always going to react correctly. Just because you know what it is and what you're seeing, sometimes it's easier to see it and know it than it is to be in it. You know, everybody has a plan until life happens, right? You can sit there and map out your whole year. You could literally pace a whole year out of what happens, right? Put down your everything that you want to, everything that you're going to accomplish. You have it down to a T. I've scheduled this. I've got this going on. This is all going to happen, and then boom, life shows up on your front door. It did for 2020. Don't know what 2021 holds. I'm not saying it. You shouldn't be doing those things. I'm just saying that's when life happens, and you can plan all these things out. It's easier to do that, plan it out, and put all these things in to actually go through and do it. You know, that's where you have to learn how to adjust to life. You know, yes, and we still are having a Giggle Fest. Yes, so Friday, guys, if you don't know, block that time off. Come with your best jokes, because again, I'm always about being on both sides of the coin. Like today, just talking about what we're talking about today. Friday, we're having our Friday funnies, as Karen Cooper calls it, right? Our little Giggle Fest. We're going to be coming with jokes. So if you have jokes, if you have things you want to share, funny story, man, bring it on. I like that. Some days we are a hot mess. We need to own it. Exactly. Right? It's okay. I love that. Um, it's a work in progress. Mel, so much truth in that. I think that's what life is. Life is a constant work in progress. You should have said that for the Friday funnies. I need to see some. So true, right? Before I sign the contract, let me read the fine print, right? I think a lot of us got sticker shock on 2020, guys. But again, it's that's what I like to talk about here is the whole range of emotions. You know, yes, I try to learn to be a better person, but I also know that I fuck up, I fail. I know I do. But the thing is to not stay in it too long, right? Just like you can't always stay in those moments of happiness, as long as you try, as much as you try, that's when the time flies by so fast for you because you're in it, you're having a good time, and it is so awesome, right? And then, boom, it's gone in a flash. Sometimes the hard times feel that same way, and then sometimes they fester, they stay around a little bit longer. So, it's okay to be that whole different rainbow of emotions. It's okay to share it. It's okay to be it. It's okay to live it. It's okay to express it. It's okay to do all of those things. Um, and for some people, to get past it, they need help. And that's cool. I think it's cool when people reach out for help. Um, Especially that lets you know that they really know themselves and they really want to do something to help better themselves. And it's cool. It's good to reach out. And even, there you go. Derek, my man. Derek does a good show. Um, just to give him a quick shout out. Him and Kat also do a mental health show. Um, I love when they do those as well. Because they bring a lot of good stuff. He talks about it too. He's been through it. He's been through a lot of those things emotionally and dealing with just dealing with life, right? I mean, it's it's hard. It's hard enough just being. It's hard enough just being you. Okay, and then to complicate things with you know the life of other people and people that you love, and then on top of that, a career, or COVID, and whatever it is. Even when before COVID got here, it was already tough being yourself. It's already tough being that person, right? Um, and you, and again, the beauty in all of this, whatever the range of emotion, right? Good, bad, whatever the situation, right? Tomorrow morning, after you laid your bed at night, you can get up and you can make the decision to try to change it. As many times as you have to, as many times as the good Lord is willing to give you, you know? So if it's tomorrow, I gotta change the way I eat, my diet, or change whatever it is, start tomorrow. Wake up, make the decision, um, and remember it's gonna be difficult. You're gonna probably, I mean, I don't know. I've heard that's why there's people who go on diets over and over and over again. The good thing is they don't give up. You know, the good thing is when somebody doesn't give up, they were willing to keep trying until they find what works for them. I'm still a work in progress. Um, what if you want to be? That's right. What if you want to be lazy tomorrow? Go right ahead. Go right ahead. You know, if you want to be lazy tomorrow, be lazy tomorrow. You get through the day. You get another day. You can always start then. You know, there's no timetable in starting something. I mean, it's more like an inclination for most of us to say, oh, you know what, I'm going to start on Monday. I don't know, whatever it is. For some reason, it's like we always want to start something new at the beginning of a week on a Sunday or Monday, or wait till a new year comes to start something. And it's like, why? A Wednesday or Thursday is just as fucking fine and as a Monday, you know. I get that there's probably a thought process behind it because they're beginning a new week and beginning something new, but my thing is when you're beginning something, you can begin it any day, anytime. There's no time limit, you know. Baby steps. That's right. And that's why I tell everybody, think about it like that. That's the perfect example I always love to use, right? When babies learn to walk, they fall down, they'll get hurt sometimes, they'll cry, they'll bump their heads, they'll skin their knees, they'll, you know, don't go through all of it. But they'll get up and they'll try again. Why? Because when we're that young, we get people more who are more encouraging, who will, kind of, hey, come on, yeah, 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 good, right? They don't sit there and tell you, hey, you can't do that. You fell down. Don't get back up. Fall, stay there. You're going to hurt yourself again. What's wrong with you? No, we don't say that. Even if you did, the kid's mind doesn't work that way. Kid's mind works on a whole other level, better than ours. Those first 7 years of development are so crucial, and yet sometimes it's when we waste what we could actually help mold and shape somebody. And I get it; it's tough. Again, this is what this whole thing has been about. So that's why I get why what I originally started talking about was the whole homeschooling thing and being in this situation and trying to get through COVID-19 and this whole pandemic, and here we're on the verge of less in about 2 months being in a whole new year, whole another year. 2021 will be here, um, and for people who are waiting and holding their breath and saying, "Well, I can't wait to get past this," there's no timetable on it. So we gotta find out. We gotta kind of adjust, but we got to remember it's okay if we can't make the right adjustments right away. It's again, Mel said it too when she said it was, um, it that we're still just a work in progress. The whole situation is just a work in progress, figuring it out. Businesses have to do it now. People have to do it. Mothers, fathers, wives, teachers, CEOs, employees. We're all adjusting. Everybody's adjusting. We're constantly adjusting. We're still adjusting. That's what seems to be the theme of this year, is trying to adjust to this whole ordeal. And, you know, but we're going to have to. Yes, there you go. Got to keep trying, right? You know, um, you got to keep trying, or you give up on life, right? I mean, that's what it really comes down to. You keep trying, or you just give up on life. I know. I watched it. I watched my father do that. He was tired of trying. He had diabetes. He went through the whole losing a kidney, the whole dialysis, and being on insulin and whole medicines, and he was ready to give up his fight. So he pretty much said, "I'm not taking my medicine anymore. I'm not going to dialysis," and that kind of just where it ended. And he made that decision, right? So you either make the decision to get up, keep trying, or you decide to just give up. I'm not ready to give up yet. I don't think anybody is. I think that's what we keep doing. This is why people keep showing up. This is why people keep coming up with new ideas. People keep trying. I think it's in our nature to want to keep trying to find what we want and yearn for so much. So, right, I love that. 2020, yeah, 2020 has been a good year for me. I gotta admit, it has been. Even with everything's going on, even everything's still going on now. A lot of things still trying to figure out, and work through, but 2020 has been a different year in entrenching myself and changing. Still constantly changing, but I'm enjoying it. So, KDJ, thank you so much, man. I appreciate you, Sarah. I appreciate you. Um, uh, Gosh, appreciate all you guys, man. Mel, thank you so much for showing up as well. And Derek and Orja, thank you so much again for showing up. Um, we had a newcomer this evening. There it is. Sukhdev Kristan. So thank you so much for showing up. Appreciate you guys. So it's been a really, really, really awesome show. Um, 2020 is not, is not scrumptiously, deliciously edible, tasty, good peeps. No, it's not. Right? It's like when your mother used to tell you, eat your Brussels sprouts. Yuck. It's good for you, but you didn't want to do it. Not that 2020's been good to you, but you know, it has been. It's true. It's been painful, but then for those who there have been opportunity for growth. Those who've been willing to take it. There's people who still haven't done that yet. So, but thank you so much. No, I love that comment, Sarah. You too. I love you so much. You're very cool. Always. KDJ, love you too, my man. You're the best. You always show up. Appreciate anybody and everybody that shows up here anytime just to come have a little bit of a fun conversation with me. So, um, God, it's been a good day. Today kind of ended on a good note. Uh, yes, that's good. I love that. I've always been a fan of love. Love does things to us that nothing else can. Love can, love can, you know, love can put you in a whole different place that you never knew existed, right? I mean, uh, it's just a whole different animal. I love talking about it. So thank you, Mel. Thank you, Sarah. All you guys who are here tonight. I appreciate you. All the love in the world. All my gratitude, and you know, thank you. You guys are part of the. So like whenever you end a therapy session, right? You're sitting there, or a group session, right? You're having a group session, and everybody sits down, and everybody has a mantra, or we say something as we leave, and kind of invigorates you and gets you ready for the next one. So this is what this is every night for me. I get to end my group session with all of you guys. I get to go think about life, think about a lot of other things, and then get ready for tomorrow. And that's what's wonderful. And it's incredible to feel that sort of way, right? I love that. I'm glad. I'm happy. Very happy. That makes me happy. There's another incredible lady. Had a conversation with her. That was cool. How are you doing, Ilya? So, right before we get out of here, let me say hello to this little nugget here.
Hey, look, I got me a volleyball.
Yeah.
Actually, my sister's volleyball.
The occasional visit from my son. This is Joaquin, everybody.
Yep. Hi. Hi, everyone.
And this is the life again. Whoa, you knocked down the Instagram camera. Say hi to Instagram.
Hi, Instagram. Even today, I'm 7 years old. I'm 7 years old.
Exactly.
Yes, because when on my birthday, I was 6. And I turned 7.
There we go. Yep. So thank you so much. Thank you, Mel.
Bye-bye.
And,
Baby, goodbye. And don't forget my baby sister. Hey, Dad, hello, Troy. Okay. Hello, Troy, Dad.
Yes. So there you go. Say hi on the camera to everybody. Let me see. There we go. Okay.
Where's Pippin?
I don't know. He's under the table, I guess. That's so small. You're so small. Nobody can see. So yes, this has been the obligatory hello from the kiddos coming here. So yes, I do a live show, and yes, the kiddos come in from time to time, and they bring their wackiness with them, I guess. Again, right? That's life. No, don't do that though. That takes the camera down, girl. That'll take the camera down. No, please don't mess with that. Do that there.
Don't forget my real name.
Watch it. Watch it. You're gonna knock everything over.
Don't forget.
Don't touch that, please.
Don't forget. My name is Joaquin Efren. My real name is Joaquin Efren. I'm not lying.
So, I guess on that note, folks, we will be getting out of here. It is the 45-minute mark, which is what I try to get to. And I want to thank everybody who's been a part of this one. Ilya, I look forward to talking to you. Sarah, always. Mel, thank you so much for joining the show. And then KDJ, you guys rock. So, guys, tell everybody bye-bye this evening, guys.
Bye-bye this evening.
Watch it.
Somebody knocked over.
You're knocking over the Instagram camera. It's become a madhouse.
That's a giant phone number.
Oh, so cute. Yes, thank you so much. I bet they eat their Brussels sprouts. No, they don't, Mel.
Yeah,
Yeah, so
So look at my baby sister.
there we go.
Now you can see my baby sister. Yep.
Okay, watch the camera. Just remember, you'll knock that over. Yeah, it's okay. You knocked over the Instagram camera. That's all. Instagram's done extra. So tell everybody bye, guys. Stop.
And don't forget my volleyball.
Okay. Okay, this is becoming crazy. Okay. Okay, guys. On that one, I will be back tomorrow evening, 7:30 Central Standard Time. Tomorrow's guest will be the awesome and wonderful Michael Ray. So he will be on tomorrow evening, 7:30 Central Standard Time. You guys know the drill. Stay safe. Stay blessed. And I will talk to you again tomorrow evening. Good night, everybody. Say good night, everybody.
Good night.